We've been talking about insecurity and kidnapping in the country. Let's get some perspective on this, of course, also regarding banditry and in the north particularly. I'm joined now on the news at 10 from our Abuja studio by a former state director of the DSS, Mr. Mike Ejiofor. Mr. Ejiofor, thank you for joining us on the news at 10.
Thank you.
This problem of kidnapping and banditry appears to be getting worse by the day, in spite of efforts by the government to check it. Does this indicate there's a complete failure of intelligence, or there's just a lack of it somewhere?
Well, I wouldn't say it's a lack of intelligence and a failure on part of government, but a big national embarrassment. We are looking at a situation that has defied all known solutions. And I think we should go back to drawing board to see how these issues will be resolved, because it's a very big challenge. I can tell you that nobody is safe anymore. Nobody actually is safe. Be you religious leader, political leader, community leader, everybody is unsafe. And it calls for real concern, because the primary responsibility of government is provision of security and welfare of the people. And I think this calls for serious concern. Despite all efforts made by government and the security agencies, we are yet to find solutions to this problem.
If I'm hearing you right, you're saying this problem is bigger than any of the known solutions that we have applied, bigger than the DSS. Are we saying there's no way out of this, that security forces cannot find a way out of this?
Not really, but you see, the problem is that I've been restraining myself for almost 2 years from revealing certain information. And I think it's time we have to go back, do some in-house searching among our security agencies, because I believe that there's connivance and a conspiracy among the security agencies. I'm saying this based on the fact that when I had my experience, when I was kidnapped, I can tell you that some of the people who were involved in my kidnap were serving military personnel. And it's quite unfortunate. That's why we tend not to find solutions to these problems. How do they get their arms? I can tell you that, in fact, some of them were anxious to leave where we were because they wanted to see those of them who were on pass. We ensure that they leave there before their passes expire. And it calls for worry. I've been restraining myself from relieving this information, apart from the general security situation of unemployment, poverty, illiteracy, which are the basic causes of this crisis. I think the security agencies need to do some in-house searching.
If you're saying they need to do some in-house searching, it means that they do have the ability to overcome this challenge, especially on the Kaduna-Abuja Expressway. That's just a small area compared to everywhere else in Nigeria, where there's a lot of kidnapping going on. It means that they can solve this, but from what you're saying, they don't want to, or some people in the security apparatus do not want to solve this.
I'm not saying they don't want to solve it, but because that would be a complete indictment on all the security agencies. But I'm saying that we'll have some bad eggs within the security agencies that need to be fished out, without which this problem will not be solved. I can tell you that the issue between Kaduna, Abuja axis has become a very big national embarrassment. We don't need to rely solely on the efforts of the police and our security agencies, the army, to solve this problem. We need to involve and employ technological equipment to ensure that this problem is solved. I was delighted when the issue of the Nigerian Air Force supporting the military in Zamfara started yielding results. And when the Inspector General of Police also embarked on this his new operation of Puff Adder, but you see that despite, apart from the law in the initial times of the operation, there seems to be an upsurge in the matter, and we need to rejig our architecture in terms of solving this problem. I think we are running out of ideas because, in fact, when I was invited this evening to come and appear, I said, what else are we going to talk about? If the government does not have the political will to solve this problem, it becomes a very big challenge.
Right,
the
Mr.
government
Ejiofor.
needs to have a political will to deal decisively with this problem by implementing some intelligence gathering efforts. And besides, you know, when the government doesn't have the political will to implement some of the intelligence gathered because of their political leanings and affiliations,
Mr.
it becomes
Ejiofor.
a very big challenge. And there's no way we can continue like this.
Right, Mr. Ejiofor, thank you again. It's a really troubling situation. The way you paint it, well, we can only hope the right people are listening at this time. Thank you again for joining us on the News at 10.